Welcome inside the CSM studios. I'm Scott Billey, and here's what we have coming up on the 9:30 edition of Sports Center. Andrew Shaw spoke to media today about his one-game suspension for uttering a homophobic slur in last night's loss.
I wanted to apologize for my actions. No excuses for anything.
The Minnesota Timberwolves have reached a deal with former Chicago Bulls head coach Tom Thibodeau. The deal makes Thibodeau the Wolves head coach and president of basketball operations. He'll replace Sam Mitchell, who was named coach after the passing of Flip Saunders in October. And the Eagles have acquired the second overall pick in next week's NFL draft from the Browns. In return, Cleveland gets 5 draft picks, including the 8th overall selection this year and a first in 2017. We have all this and more coming up, including the Caps going for a sweep in Philly at 9:30. We'll see you then. Flyers, Caps, no bracelets in this one. Both teams trading chances early in this one. Wayne Simmons rings one off the post. Then it's Evgeny Kuznetsov the other way. He can't bury the rebound. The little red defender playing a big role early on. Midway through the first, Taylor Chorney takes down Nick Cousins. That's a penalty. And on the ensuing power play,
Claude Giroux, the screen set up. Score! Gus Despair gets the first goal.
Philly, the last team to score on the power play in the postseason. They were 0 for 13 before then. Ouch. Spend too much time around Blake Griffin and you're bound to get a hand injury. At least this time it didn't involve an equipment manager. Unfortunately for the Clippers, they'll be without Chris Paul and his punch-happy pal for the rest of the postseason. Unfortunately for Giovinco and Toronto, the team's first playoff appearance came to a sudden halt, losing to rival Montreal Impact in the first round of the playoffs. Altidor's season ended with an all-star selection, and Giovinco's was arguably the best in MLS history. He captured the Golden Boot and was the first player to net 20 goals and 10 assists in a single season. He also took home the Newcomer of the Year award and tops it off with an MVP trophy, the first in TFC history. From Toronto, I'm Scott Billey. Rockets owner Leslie Alexander said Bickerstaff would remain the team's interim head coach for the rest of the season. But should the Rockets keep on winning, Bickerstaff may have found himself a permanent coaching gig in Houston. If injuries continue to slow down Saunders, that may open the door for Mississauga native Dalton Pompey. He's shown flashes of brilliance in his time in the majors thanks to his glove and speed, but if he can find his stroke, Saunders may find himself on the bench to start the 2016 season. From Toronto, Scott Billey, CSM. They say opposites attract. So what happens when you pair a team that loves possession of the ball against a team that's happy to let you have it? The answer isn't always what you think. Yankees, Rangers from Arlington pick things up in the bottom of the third. Score tied at 1. Adrian Beltre takes the CC Sabathia offering to left. Brian Holiday scores from second and gives Texas the 2-1 lead. Next half inning, A-Rod takes Martin Perez offering deep to left. That's his 697th career home run, tying the game at 2. Jump to the bottom of the 6th. Elvis Andrus singles to right. Carlos Beltran completely misplays the ball out in right field, allowing Rougned Odor to score all the way from first. That's your winning run. Rangers win it 3-2. Over to San Francisco we go. Matt Kemp at the dish. He takes the Jeff Samardzija offering deep to left. That no doubter is his 6th of the season, giving the Padres a 4-3 lead in the third. Samardzija trying to help his own cause. He singles to right, just out of the reach of the diving Matt Kemp. 2-run score. The Giants ran away with this one, winning it 13-8. The Anaheim Ducks have never won a Game 7. The Nashville Predators have never played in one. In fact, the only players involved who've won a Game 7 are Ryan Kessler, Kevin Bieksa, Sean Horkoff, and Mike Ribeiro, 3 of whom have lost Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals.